Hello there, it's gaming time! And today I'm not playing The Sims as you can see, but I'm playing this game called RuneScape, which I really love. And some of you might play it as well. If you do, hang in there because today I'm going to be explaining how you can use your mining with Invention. So if you have reached Invention level 22 and mining is at least level 60, stay tuned because I'll be explaining about all the different perks. So first what you're gonna need is a pickaxe you can augment. There are 4 types, dragon, crystal, incando and pickaxe of earth and song. If you're level 60 you can just use a dragon pickaxe, but remember if you want to upgrade it to a crystal pickaxe later, the augmentation will be destroyed, so keep that in mind. I'm seeming to have a bit of a problem with my mouse again. I don't know why that is, but I don't think my mouse really likes it when I make a film. But it's an easy fix and it works. So you've got to make an augmenter first if you got your pickaxe, and what you'll be needing is all the stuff that's be showing here. You don't really need incandescent energy if you don't want to use that. You can use all different kinds. I'm showing you a list now of the types of energy you can use. I myself have to use brilliant energy because my divination level isn't that great yet. But if you got that, just make it and add it to your pickaxe. The next thing you want to do is add some perks, because perks make for a really nice thing. So you're gonna need a lot of tool gizmo shells. Tool gizmo shells are the ones used for tools. So you want to have to make a lot of them because perks don't always go well in one try. You want to go for one perk and then randomly you get another perk, so you might have to try a few times. So if you click on add materials on it, you can see what kind of materials there are. You can either just drag the tools over or just click it. Like so. You don't have to add all the same kinds, you can add different kinds if you want. From the common materials it will add 5 at a time, as you can see, but with uncommon materials it's just 1. And the same goes with rare materials as well. So you can see the possible perks you can get with these. I'll just add one more thing, and then you can see you have chance of hoarding, confuse, one, committed, etc. Some perks have multiple things, multiple numbers in them, and that's the level of the perk. For instance, if I just add powerful components, you see nothing, because powerful components don't work with tools. You can see that if you go for a look on them. But for instance, if you want to add stunning, you can see you've got a chance on fatiguing 1 till 3, mysterious 2 to 5, and confused 1 till 3. But of course you want to know which perks to use. So since we're going to do mining, I'll just go back to my mining itself because I want to make masterwork and I need a lot of ores. That aside, let me see, where did I put my ore box? Here it is. But all that aside, let's just go through the list, every tool perk there is out there, and I'll tell you if I recommend it, if you have to avoid it at all cost. And in the end of the video I will tell you which perks best to use when you want to train a certain thing within with it. Those will be three things. Either you want to use it to train your invention, you want to use it to train your mining, or you want to use it to really gather some materials out of it, like I'm doing right now. So the first perk we have is anti-Semitism. What this perk does is that you can't use any prayer to deflect curses or to protect yourself. Other prayers can be used, however, but just not those. So if you want to mine, for instance, in the wilderness, or if there are aggressive creatures around, avoid this perk. It might come up as a second perk, because in one gizmo you can have two perks. I can actually show... No, I cannot show you that because I don't have my pickaxe on me right now. Because my pickaxe is till level 70, which doesn't make it nice to mine Dragolite with it. So, avoid anti-Semitism. The next one is Brassikian, which can be added at Invention level 54. And you have a 50% chance of random cabbages appearing in your inventory. Does that work for mining? Not really, so just avoid it if you can, because it will just take up extra inventory space, which you'll need. Next perk on the tool list is Breakdown, which is not for mining, so don't add it. It's useless in mining and don't use it here. Next one is Butterfingers, which gives a chance to drop the resources you gather. So you have to pick it up from the ground, which has to do with extra clicking. Just avoid it if you can. It's not that bad, but I really don't recommend it. Then we have Cautious, which can be triggered if you are in an area with monsters that are aggressive, or if you're in the wilderness, in the wildy. And once they attack you, you don't automatically fight back. So you won't defend yourself or anything. I can really recommend you to not add it and be cautious if it comes up as an extra perk. Especially if you want to go into the wilderness, or if you have to mine somewhere where there are aggressive creatures. The next on the list is Charitable. And Charitable is, well, a friendly perk actually, because it gives a chance to drop random materials at other people's feet. It doesn't give your own resources away though, so you don't have to avoid it. If it comes up, just let it stay there. Don't add it because you want to, but no need to avoid it. Next in the list there is a perk you want to avoid. I'm sorry. Which is Cheapskate. And what it does, for instance, if I'm mining Dragolith at the moment, but sometimes instead of getting Dragolith, I will get Runite, so a tier below what I'm actually mining. Which isn't the best perk, so if you can, just avoid it. I would recommend you to avoid the next one as well, which is Committed. And basically it means you'll be skulled whenever you wear the pickaxe. So, especially if you go into the wilderness or go to a place where there are aggressive creatures, avoid it, because you'll lose everything and it's not nice. The same goes for the next perk, which is Confused. Once you gather a resource, there is a chance you'll be teleported to a random place. Which, especially if you're mining benites up in the mountains, it can be a drag to walk all the way back, so just avoid it whenever you can. One perk that is actually useful if it is an added perk, so a second perk in one gizmo, is Efficient or Enhanced Efficient, which are almost the same, just the amount of chance. It gives a chance to use less energy from your energy pack, which is actually quite a nice benefit. But I would say if it is an added perk, so next to another perk, keep it because it can be awesome. But you don't have to add it as a normal perk if you don't want to. Next one is a perk I will actually recommend you for one of the ways you can use Invention with a pickaxe, which is Enlightened. And Enlightened makes your items or your pickaxe gain faster XP, so it will level faster. Which is actually quite nice if you want to use your pickaxe to train your Invention level. If you want to sieve on it later. The next one is called Fatiguing, which is actually kind of useless because it has to do with fighting and it slows your adrenaline gain. When you are fighting, you know, the stuff you need for the bigger abilities. So let's see what I get. Oh wait, it doesn't show me what I got. I want to see what I got. A dragon longsword. Nice. So Fatiguing, you don't have to avoid it, but I don't recommend you use it. Next we have Furnace, which is actually quite nice if you want to train for mining XP, which is the chance you won't get progress like in this blue bar up here, but you will get double XP, which if you're mining for XP, it's actually quite nice. If you just want to gather your ores and stuff like that, you don't really have to use it because it will take longer for you to get your ore box full. Glowworm is the next one, which provides light. It's like a candle or something, which is actually only useful if you want to go mine in dark caves. Well, I don't know if there are mining spaces in dark caves, but you don't have to avoid it, but it's not really useful. Halogenic is, well, kind of a funny perk, which can be funny if it's added as a second perk in your gizmo. It can give random animations. So you can see all kinds of weird stuff happening and, well, it's not useful, but you don't have to avoid it if you don't want to. It can be funny as a second perk in your gizmo. Another perk that can be actually useful as a second perk, though I won't recommend it as a first perk, is Hoarding. I actually have Hoarding on my pickaxe as a second perk. It protects an extra item for just in case you die. So there's no need to avoid it, and it can be actually useful if you want to mine in the wilderness. Honed is the next one, which I also have on my own pickaxe. Which is, you have a nice chance to mine some extra ore, so you get double ores sometimes. So if you're gathering resources like I'm doing right now, it's actually quite useful, so I really can recommend that. Insult can be useful, but also can be a drag. It can transport items you mine directly to your bank, which is nice, but it will also cost you 30 prayer points. So instead, I would just recommend you to use Grace of the Elves or a or normal porter or something like that. Then we've got Mysterious. Who knows? No one knows what it does. Wikipedia doesn't know. No one exactly knows. That has to do something with a random roll, which is compared to another list, and we really don't know what it does. So, yeah. Do with it what you want. Now we've got Polishing, which is another perk I have on my own pickaxe. And it's the opposite of Cheapskate. It gives a chance to transmute one of your ores into a higher tier. So, for instance, copper can change into iron. But if you're mining mithril, for instance, which the higher tier for that is both adamantite and luminite, it just randomly picks one of them. The best part is, if you do mine double ores, both ores will change into that. So if you're gathering resources like me, or maybe even if you want to go for XP, because, well, it can just go into your Elder room box, or your normal room box, or whatever room box you have, and it will save space. Just keep in mind that it won't actually give you extra XP, so it just gives the XP for the normal swing you do. Prosper is the next one, which, if you like to do some clue scrolls, it can be actually a nice side perk, because it gives extra chance to get clue scrolls, and even gives a slight chance that the elite clue scrolls you find will become master clue scrolls, which is quite nice. You don't have to avoid it. You can just keep it in there as a second perk. Then we have two perks that are not for mining, which are Pyromanic, which is of course for fire making, and Rapid, which is both for smithing and for fire making. So there's no need to add them, and they won't do you much. Refined can be a nice side perk. It gives you more chance to find geodes, so these things here. And more chance of geodes means more gems, which can mean more invention items, which is actually quite nice. Especially these ones, precious components, which you'll be needing for siphons. The next one is Talking, which, like Halogenic, can be quite funny. It will chat to you down here just in this chat. It can have different personalities and can tell you all kinds of stuff. There's no need to avoid it if it's a second perk, but I won't recommend you to add it as a first perk. The next one, and the last one in this list actually, is Wise. And Wise is quite nice. It will give you extra XP up until 50k XP a day. And it actually works with other skills as well, just if you just wear it. So for instance, if I wear my pickaxe but I'll go farming, it actually gives me that extra XP. It just has a cap of 50k a day. So that is one you can keep in mind as well. And now it's time for the recommendations. If you want to use your pickaxe just to train Invention, there are 2 perks I can recommend you, which is Enlightened, which, as I said before, will make your pickaxe gain levels faster, so you can siphon it faster, and so it gives more Invention XP. And Wise, because yes, you'll get more mining XP, but if you actually wear it when you're disassembling all kinds of stuff, it will work on that as well. So you can just wear it while you're disassembling and it will work. If you instead want to go for your mining XP, there are 2 perks I can recommend you. The first one is Furnace, because it can give you some extra XP without any progress, which means you can stay at the mines a lot longer. And it gives you double XP. And of course, Wise. If you want it to be like my pickaxes, a gathering tool, there are 2 perks I can recommend you, which are Honed, so extra ores, and Polishing, which means transmuting ores into higher tier ores, which can be nice. Not just if you want to gather it for smithing, but also nice if you want to mine to make a profit. If you're like me, mining to make masterwork and you're using the polishing perk, I can recommend you to start with the lowest ore possible, so start with copper and tin first, because you will get some iron ores. So once you move up to iron ores, you don't have to mine as many. If you want to know how to make these perks, of course, just go to the Wikipedia. It really tells you what to add. Just type in your search bar /wiki and then either just perks, so you can see all the perks for yourself, or like for instance, if you want to add polishing, press enter, and as you can't see that wiki is opening, but you can see that please wait, searching RuneScape wiki for polishing, which is actually quite nice. So that was it from me for today. If you have any questions or whatever, just add them to the comments, either in Dutch or in English. I'll try to respond to them, and good luck with your invention. Bye!